Okay, so I just finished cutting the other one and turned off the camera and just grabbed this is my Purity bar. No color, no fragrance, nothing. So I obviously wasn't gonna video of it because it's just boring. I was just cutting it up so it could cure. But I have to show you something that happened. Look at this. There is nothing in this soap. There's no TD, no nothing. This is my naked bar. It is my soap batter recipe poured in. Look at this. This is in every bar. Now, this is a really cool thing that happened 100% unintentionally. And I don't know if I can ever recreate it again. It's not, and it's nothing bad. It's fine. It's not like, doesn't mean there's anything wrong. Here's what happened. For this one, I mean, I just blend everything, get it to a medium trace, and pour it in. However, when I was making this one, I was doing a double batch. I was also making a 6-pound batch of my lavender, and then a 3-pound batch of this. So I made 9 pounds of soap. And then I was just gonna pour off enough for this one, pour it in, put it to the side, and then continue with the rest from my lavender. Okay, so I was making it in a bucket, and you can't pour into a mold very easily from a bucket, so I poured what I thought was enough batter for this one into my regular pitcher that has a pour spout to put it in the mold. I poured it in, gave it a little bit more whiz to get it a little bit of a thicker trace so I wouldn't get horrendous amounts of soda ash from it being too thin, but it wasn't enough. So then I had to pour off a little bit more, and that part of the batter was thinner. It hadn't traced as much because it wasn't mixed as much. So it almost poured into it like a drop swirl would. But I didn't even, there was no color difference. There's no fragrance, nothing. It was just a different consistency when I poured it into the mold. That's it. So the darker parts here, I'll cut another one and show you. This is crazy. I don't know why this happened. And it's not a bad accident. And heck, if I could make it happen every time, because, you know, unscented soap for people who can't handle or don't want fragrance or are using it on a baby, you know, they need that unscented. But I mean, it's boring to look at. But I mean, if I could make this happen every time, it adds a little bit of visual interest without having to add any color in it or anything. There's a swirl. The only difference, this darker part was at a good medium, pretty decent trace when I put it in the mold. The lighter white part was at just barely a thin trace, like that point between emulsification and light trace when I poured it in. So like I said, it went in kind of like a drop swirl. I put it to the side, let it set up, textured my top when I was finished with the other part of that batter. So why why would that happen just from two different consistencies? Is it ash? I before I turned the camera on, I zap tested the end piece. And so it's not lye. It's not a problem. I don't understand why that happened. It was simply from two different consistencies when it went in the mold. I need an explanation. I need an explanation. One, just pure curiosity. Two, I like it, and if I could manage to make it happen every time, I mean, even if I was making just this in a big batch, heck, I'll split it off, get most of it up to a good, and then this is sat for days, so it's so hard, get most of it to a good trace, keep the rest thin, and drop it in, and if it's gonna do that, then I'll do it every time. But I just want to know if anybody can give me a clue why. And it didn't, did this one gel? I don't think it gelled. I know I didn't wrap it. I know I didn't see it. I didn't catch it like in a partial gel and wrap it, and I definitely didn't intentionally gel it right off the bat. These plain ones, I just let it do what it's gonna do, whatever. I don't fuss over it. Weird, huh? Don't you think? I just having all kinds of confusion today. How do you do this? Why? How did I do this on accident? Alright, so 2 things in the comments of this video from other soap makers. How to make a line, a pencil line, sort of bleed, and why did this happen? Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.